Algebra 1, lesson 111, more on conjunctions and disjunctions. So we have some conjunctions and disjunctions that are going to look a little bit more difficult, as we got to do some more work with the inequality. It's not going to be pre-solved for us. So let's go to some examples. So right here we've got a disjunction, which is -5 is less than and equal to x minus 4 less than 2. Now the problem is I want to find out what x is. I don't want to know x minus 4. So what I have to do is I have to add 4, right? Now the issue here is I've got both sides of this inequality. So when I add 4 to the middle part, I actually have to add 4 to the right and to the left. So all parts of the inequality need to have 4 added to them in order to keep it true. So -5 plus 4 becomes -1. Then I put less than or equal to x, the 4's cancel, and then less than 2 plus 4, which is 6. So now I've got my two numbers, -1 and 6. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my number line. And I'm going to mark those two numbers, -1 and then 6. Now I have to figure out if this is a conjunction or a disjunction. So I see that x is greater than -1, which means I'm going to be going to the right, and x is less than 6, which means I'll be going to the left. That makes this a conjunction because there's 2 points being joined together. Now I look at my domain, which is integers, which means I won't be drawing straight lines, I'll be putting dots. So less than and equal to -1 means that -1 is an option. 0, and then +1, +2, +3, +4, +5. And then I put solid dots at all of those. And 6 does not get a dot because it is not equal to. Or if you really wanted to, you could put an open circle there, but it's not necessary. Right here is fine. We'll do one more example because this is a review lesson. We're just adding one more element to these problems. So we'll do one more example and that'll be the end of this video. So here's our last example. We have -x is greater than -3 and x is greater than and equal to +7. So the problem with this one is this negative. We don't want to know -x, we want to know x. And that brings us to another rule of inequalities, which is in order to get rid of this negative, we have to divide by -1. Whenever you divide or multiply an inequality by a negative, the sign has to change. So this negative will cancel, that negative will cancel, and the sign is going to flip and then become a less than symbol. So now this becomes x is less than +3, or this one is fine, x is greater than and equal to 7. So let's go ahead and graph this. Got my number line. I'm going to mark the number 3. I'm going to mark the number 7. Greater than 3 would be less than 3. Read that wrong. I was like, wait, that can't be right. Okay, yeah, so less than 3 means that I'm going to have an open circle at 3, and I'm going to be going to the left. And since the domain is reals, I can go ahead and draw that arrow now. Right. And then greater than or equal to 7 means close dot at 7, and line and arrow going to the right. So what this forms is a disjunction, which are 2 points that move away from each other. That's all there is for this lesson. If you guys have any questions, let me know on Moodle, and I will see you in class.